Good morning, YouTube. Been a while. Life's been crazy changing. All kinds of stuff going on for me. Nothing you guys would care about. But this trucker thing, I had to jump in and just say a little bit of something about it because I don't know. It's up my alley of knowledge, I guess, and things that I talk about. Um, so it's great to see another industry trying to protest. It's the very strong industry. They can shut down, stop a lot, blah blah. Uh, the problem is they're only shutting down us, shutting down the industries and stuff a little, but in this whole thing, we're up against the 1% and the very top levels of government, which are the 1%. So taking away Walmart does not affect them in the least. Maybe it affects their bottom line a little bit, but at this point, it's not about money, it's about power. They give a fuck about money. They got it all. They at the top levels, like I've said it before, the actual guy at the top level has so much money that he gave control of it, so much power behind his money, that he's given control of the money to a select few in order for them to be the figureheads, like the George Soroses or Bill Gateses of the world, and doesn't have to worry about them having that much money and power and influence because they're still under the thumb of the real power. It's a lot to understand, but it's not. It's really simple. You know, Skeletor allows Evelyn to have a ton of power as a representative of him. And then he doesn't even have to go out of his castle. He's a bad example because he does show his face a lot. But Inspector Gadget's guy, it's another example of he lets his cronies go out and do all the stuff. And he gives them everything that they need to do all the stuff. But really, they don't have any actual power. He owns it all. But none of it is linked back to his name or face, ever. Anyway, the trucker thing would be great if when the nurses went on strike for their rights, and we were all protesting for that, the truckers had said, we're going to back you girls up, or guys, we're going to back you. Let's do it right now, together. And then all the factory workers said, we're going to back you. And then all the carpenters said, yeah, we're going to back you. And we all went out and we said, okay, here we go. Boom. We're shutting down the country. Fuck you. Give us back our rights. You're our servants. Not the other way around. You don't tell us, we tell you. But we didn't do that. We're doing it. The nurses did it, and they lost, and a bunch of them lost their jobs, and they all got jabbed up, and blah, 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 blah. Now the truckers are doing it, and they're going to lose. But in the meantime, all the grocery stores and shopping malls and everything's going to get emptied. There's not going to be anything. Lumber, yeah, all that stuff. Don't you see it? We're playing right into their hand, so to speak, and just giving them over exactly what it is that they wanted us to give over. And stopping the truckers, like, you can bet the guy behind that thought is not on our side. Most of the truckers, I'm sure, most of them think that they're doing a very righteous act. And doing it for their families and doing it for careers and this and that. But they're just being played as fools, doing this just at the time that it's needed by the powers that be for them to do it, or whatever, right? It's all falling into line. It's not like it was. It's not bad timing for them. It's great timing. Right in the middle of the fucking coldest months of the year in Canada, and they're gonna do a big trucker protest or whatever, and shut down stores and shut down. Like, where do you get your furnace oil to keep your house warm? Like, that comes to you on a truck. The food you eat that you go buy from the grocery stores, it all comes from trucks. Clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, all that stuff. But when you're blah blah Rothschild or blah blah Gates and blah blah Soros, doesn't fucking matter. You have that shit delivered to you in a limousine every day. Different drivers, different limo. Burn the one that came the day before just for laughs. Fuck it. That's the kind of money that they have. So it's not going to affect them. You know, oh shit, I didn't make my $1 trillion in profits today, this week, or whatever. Doesn't matter, right? Because guess what? All you guys are fucked now. So the money that I own just became worth more. Because none of you guys have any of it. It's all mine. Because you guys are all starving. And my Ponzi scheme with this money in the pyramid is starting to fall apart. And if I keep it going, I'm coming down from the top. And it's going to fucking crumble and we'll all be level again. So we need to do a great reset so that the new money system can keep a new pyramid where they can stay on the top. It's quite common for this to have happened in history with money systems. And if you do a reset like that, then it revalues your money to the objects that you have in your country. So your money has something behind it. Right now, as they just print and print and print and print and print and print and go further into debt, we're not making more objects. We're not making more products. We're just making more money. So those products, like if each product was assigned $1, well, now they're all assigned $2 because there's twice as many dollars. Eventually, they'll be signed, each item will be assigned $100, $1,000, a quart of milk. In Hitler's time, went in 2 weeks' time, went from like $5 to $1,000 in 2 weeks. And then it was millions. People were taking wheelbarrows full of money to go get a little baggie of groceries. Got to the point that it was worth it to just burn the money in your house to keep warm. rather than try to go spend it anywhere because it was utterly and totally, completely worthless. It's kind of where we're headed, and they know that. So, if they do the reset, then they also reset the debts and reset the dollars and reset the dollar so that it's higher. So that the item and the dollar are kind of even. And then it can slowly fuck up again over time, but it'll take, whatever, a couple hundred years. Anyway. So you're being played. You think that you're getting the big protest that's going to change everything. Yeah, it's going to change everything. But it ain't going to get you back your rights and freedoms. And these psychopaths, they're never going to do that. The only way we get that back is we just take it. We got to all just say, nope, no more masks. We're done with that. That's foolishness anyways. There's no fucking science behind it at all. Especially because none of us are doing it right. Like, none of us are doctors removing the mask every 20 minutes and taking out a brand new sterile one and putting it on without touching it and never touching it and staying in a high oxygen environment and sealed room with blood, all this stuff, and then changing the mask again and changing it, throwing it away. No, we're rewashing them in your laundry machine with your dirty clothes that you wore all day and mixing all that filth together. Fuck, and then putting it back on your fucking face. It's crazy. Just fucking absolutely crazy. Anyway, that's the way we stop this, is we all say, no. We go to work, show up with no masks. We go to the malls. We show up with no masks. Worldwide. Everybody. I realize there's fucking fools and Karens, but there's also smart people right in the cop forces, right in the government. You show up to the government building with no mask, no vaccine, go fuck yourselves. Or at least no card. We have lived with risk. Risk is a necessary thing in life. There's always a risk. I have a kerosene heater right here keeping me warm. It could blow up any minute. Right? I got electricity right there in a van battery or whatever, car battery. It could catch fire any minute for whatever reason. Fucking, there's ice right there. I could jump out of the van, slip, fall on the ice, smash my head on that step, break my skull open, game over. That's all it takes. I could slip right here, just stand up. Slip and fall and break my skull on anything. Pick it. I could have a heart attack. I could have to deal with all you stupid people and give me a fucking brain aneurysm. It's a very real threat. So anyways, the trucker thing was timed and has most definitely a Freemason leadership behind it that also has an Illuminati leadership behind it that is a satanic cult, and that satanic cult is behind all of this. So if you think the trucker's timing is perfect or whatever, you're just a fool. It's It's only perfect for them. It's not perfect for us. It's not perfect for the truckers. It's not perfect for Canada. Trudeau's not going to cave right away. The longer that convoy stays as a convoy, and the bigger it gets, the less products we get. Do you see how that works out in their benefit? And then they're going to make the truckers the bad guys and say, well, it's because of the truckers that you guys are all starving to death. It's not our fault. It's those fucking truckers. And you guys are stupid enough to say, oh, those fucking truckers! Ah, I fucking hate truckers! Even though a week ago they were heroes. Just like the nurses. They were all heroes. Ah, nurses are so great. They started, those fucking nurses! Fuck them! Hope they all fucking die! Fire them! Holy fuck, you guys are stupid. Anyway. I like seeing it, I guess. It's had to happen eventually, and you wouldn't listen. You're still not listening. How's that go? They don't listen still. Perhaps they never will. But I could have told you, Vincent. This world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. We have been a mutually assured destruction. I don't know how else to explain that. I remember the song, but this is the countdown to extinction. I think, I don't know, I think it is a good thing that we're finally coming to a head on this. And I hope that I hope we get to a proper ending soon. That would be nice. I realize the ending's not going to be great for most of us. It's going to be pretty shitty. But some fucking type of climax, you know. We've had enough foreplay. Really, it's been 80 years of foreplay here, if you want to look at it. And aggressive foreplay's been, you know, it's like a sitcom relationship or something where, you know, they just almost hook up every day for all the time, but never hook up. So yeah, I've seen it as a inevitability for a long time, and my entire life, really. I doubted myself briefly in my 20s, my younger 30s here and there and whatnot. But now I'm very, very reassured. And I don't know. Glad to see this society come to a close. Even though it's going to be a bad close for few years, it's going to be a really bad close. I'll be able to make the best of it with the skills I have. Hopefully. So long as I don't get rounded up and thrown into a concentration camp. Which I imagine is going to go the other way. It's not going to be unvaxxed round up and put into the camps. It's going to be the vaxxed rounded up and herded into cities and kept like cattle within boundaries. These unvaxxed that make it or whatever will be few enough that it won't be a worry. They'll be like hobos, bums or whatever, right? Like we won't get into the cities, I don't think. If we do, it'll be hard or whatever. And so they won't get out of the cities. So we won't be able to really intermingle. They'll probably be told about how bad we are so that they're scared, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they're going to make you sick and die, blah, 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 something. And we'll come up with something for our kids saying, you know, you don't go to the cities because they're a bunch of psychopaths. No, fucking tear you apart. Fear-driven animals with no logic or reason or accountability. That's the way that we'll describe you. So, anyway, I'm kind of excited for it and ready and hopeful. Hope you guys are too. Good one.